I didn't have a ton of money when I first started my coaching business. However, I was able to use the steps that I'm getting ready to share with you right now. If you're like, I just want to get started, what are some things that I can get started without spending any money? I'm going to tell you what those are right now. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. And I started my life coaching business in the beginning when I was a new college grad and I didn't have a lot of money. You know, I was working a full-time job, but I was very scared to invest in myself. I had recently gotten married and, you know, was saving up for a house and paying off a wedding and all these different things. And so I didn't have a ton of money when I first started my coaching business. However, I was able to use the steps that I'm getting ready to share with you right now, especially the step that I talk about at the end of this video, in order to grow my brand to where I could invest in it, and then investing in my brand really snowballed it from there. But I get it. If you're like, I just want to get started, what are some things that I can get started without spending any money? I'm going to tell you what those are right now. All right, the first thing that you need to do, and this is absolutely free, like completely free, but you would be surprised how many people don't do it, yet they tried to start a coaching business, and that is achieve something. Yes, you do not need a coaching certification to start your life coaching business. In fact, I have a whole video all about that right here, even though there's nothing wrong with coaching certifications. And I myself am going through the process of getting my coaching certification and getting my program certified. And I talk about that in this video right here. But one thing you do need is you need some sort of skill or some achievement or something that you can help people achieve, right? So oftentimes it's easiest when we think about what are the results that we've gotten in our own lives, and then how can we help people get those results as well. I promise you, if you are your first testimonial and you have a result that other people desire, that other people ask you about all the time, that other people are like, how did you do that? Even if it's something that you think is super basic, like how is it that you stay so organized, or how is it that you found your, you know, dream spouse or whatever, and you're like, what? This is like, why do people keep asking you that? It's so easy. Whatever those things are, that's what you need to get started in your coaching business. But understand, you have to have that, at least that. So many people have not done the work to really achieve something that is noteworthy to others or that other people would want help with. And so really focus on that first if you want to get into the coaching business, because if you don't have an achievement that is monetizable or that is something that people ultimately want, you're going to find it really difficult to break into the industry. But as long as you have that, you can get started in your coaching business. All right, so once you have an achievement, the next thing that you need to do is you need to create a brand. Now, I'll be honest, over time, you're going to want to invest in your brand, both financially and time-wise, right? So you want to make your brand as amazing as possible. However, you don't need to invest in it from the beginning. But what I would recommend is using free tools like Canva in order to create an attractive brand that at least is going to get your business up and running, is going to get you out the door, and it's going to make it where you don't feel embarrassed when clients reach out to you and they're like, I want to work with you. So your online presence is so important, and the more professional you look, the more polished you look, the easier it is for clients to feel like, oh, this is someone who can really help me. This is someone who I want to work with. And so, like I said, over time, once you get the revenue in your business, you are going to want to invest in your brand. But if you're just getting started, again, there's plenty of free tools. I really love using Canva that you can use in order to make your brand look really nice and really decent when you're just getting started. All right, the next thing you'll want to do, and this is one of the biggest things that you'll want to do, whether you have money to invest in your brand or not, and that is create consistent content. I don't know why it is so hard to get people to create consistent content. I feel like I say this all the time, and it's like pulling teeth. People hem and haw. Listen to me, this is something that you need to do, especially if you are starting with no money. You have to create consistent content. But here's the thing, you have to create consistent content that is actually going to be attractive to your target market. So again, you want to go back to that first step and think about what is the thing that you've achieved that people ask you questions about all the time, but they're like, how did you do that? Can you help me do that? Take those frequently asked questions and create content around it. Really dive deep, create as much content as you can on the platform that your audience is going to be on, and understand that the algorithm is going to push your content out if it's good. In fact, you can check out this video that I recently did that shared how I got over 1,000 followers on Instagram in one day following this strategy. So create good content and then let these social media platforms do their thing and push your content out there, and that is going to bring people who are interested in working with you to your social media platform. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Are you starting a life coaching business this year? Share in the comments below. The next thing you need to do, in fact, I would do this if I were starting from scratch, and this is another one of those teeth pulling things. I don't know why people don't do it, but I would start live streaming. So in addition to doing consistent content, I would start live streaming. And the reason you want to live stream is, one, because it demonstrates your knowledge and your expertise around the subject matter, but also it gets people to know you, right? And so people spend money with people that they know, like, and trust. And so if they can see you in real time, they're watching your Instagram live stream or your YouTube live stream or whatever platform you happen to be on, they get that sense that they can really know you, they hear more about your story, and it makes it easier for them to say, you know what, I think she is the person that I want to work with, because they feel like they know you a little bit. Now, a lot of people struggle with live streaming because they're like, oh, I don't know what to say, or I worry if I look crazy on camera or whatever. Don't worry about that. Live streaming is extremely effective. In fact, I think I generated over 60K off one live stream simply by showing up as myself. I didn't have my fancy camera setup like I have here. It was literally my phone, and it was on Instagram, and I just shared my expertise around a particular subject. And then from there, I did the next tip, which I'll get into in just a second. But if you live stream, it could be extremely powerful in order to help you attract clients. All right, and the next thing that I did, both when I live stream and even just in my general content, is I invite people to DM me. Yes, just simply invite people to DM you. I know that there are more streamlined ways in order to attract clients to, say, discovery calls, or to have a calendar link where they can click and sign up, and then you can have a formal phone call with them. But if you are looking to get started as soon as possible and you don't want to invest a lot of money in the beginning, go ahead and just say, hey, here's my live stream, do your live stream, and then at the end, invite people to DM you if they want to know more about your coaching program. That's what I would do if I were just getting started. If I didn't have a lot of resources, I would just simply say, DM me for more information. All right, I hope that this was helpful for you. Now, if you are starting your life coaching business, understand that just simply being a life coach is not enough. You are gonna wanna niche down, especially when you're just getting started. And so that's why I invite you to my free 5-day Nail Your Niche Challenge. Now, I can't guarantee that this is something I'll be doing for free forever, let alone that I'll be doing forever at all, because it does take time out of my day. In fact, it takes time out of my week because it's a 5-day challenge, but I love doing it because nailing your niche is so instrumental in order to have a successful coaching business. So if you wanna get on it while it's still available, go ahead and click the link below to register now. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next video, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.